Oh, it's like plants.
Hello everyone, welcome to the otter feeding. If you can hear me, can you wave at me? Really nice and soft? Perfect, because now I know that we are connected because I can see you but not hear you. So with the feeding started, let me introduce all the sea otters to you. We have 4 sea otter females on exhibit by the name of Ivy, Rosa, Selka, and Abby. So Ivy and Selka are the youngest one. They are both 7 years old. Abby is 11, Rosa the oldest, and Rosa is right here working with Jessica, being on her knees. Rosa will turn 20 years old, which is amazing. She's kind of the senior lady on exhibit. Sometimes you see her behavior is a little bit more calmer, while all the others are playing really rough sometimes. But right now it's feeding time, no one wants to play. It's all about the food. So we are not showing shows here at the aquarium. All we do are training sessions for our sea otters. And the sea otters can choose to work with us. If they are not up to it, we will try again at another time. But feeding, they already like to work for food. The feeding you're observing is called positive reinforcement training. So we ask them to show a different behavior, or a certain behavior I should say, and then they're rewarded with food. Like the otters coming out here, following the trainer's command, coming over. And they have the opportunity to take a really close look at both of the otters. Their behavior, their movements, get a feel if they look healthy, if the fur is well groomed, and when they pay really close attention, because Helga did a great job, really attentive here, they're rewarded with food. But for the trainer, it's a way to do a quick medical checkup and especially look at the fur. Did you notice that otters have really dense fur? They actually have the densest fur of any animal in the animal kingdom, 1 million hair on the square inch. That is amazing, and that keeps them warm. In addition to the dense fur, they also have to eat a lot. In the wild, those otters have to find food that is in the amount of 1/4 of their body weight on a daily base. So 1/4 of their body weight, that means around 10 to 12 pounds in the weight, just to keep yourself warm. It's a lot of food you first have to find. So we are also asking our otters to show natural behavior like this, where the food comes in a certain way into the water and they swim around floating on their back. This is really natural behavior. You see them relaxed, but you also see them active eating. The food we're feeding out today is clam pieces, shrimp, and squid. Their favorite foods here on exhibit. Sometimes we hide the food in toys. In between the feedings you might see ice molds coming in the water, toys where food is hidden inside. Right now the focus is that they pay attention to their trainers, and the trainers can get their attention and watch them, how they move, and if they look healthy. A lot of those trainings we do here is with a purpose to prepare them for medical interventions, to a quick medical checkup, or just see how agile they are, because it's here an exhibit where they have a perfect place to roam around and be a great ambassador of their species. All the otters we have here are non-releasable, so they cannot go back into the wild. They all have their own stories, and I'm happy to share with you some of those stories later out on the mezzanine when I join you again after the feeding. But here, when they're on exhibit, we educate ourselves, like the stories we learn about them to share with our audience. But all our sea otters are also part of our amazing surrogacy program, where they are teamed up with sea otter pups. And if you want to learn more about that, please join me in the auditorium at 4 o'clock for Luna, a sea otter story. You can see right here in the corner where Jessica is working with the otter on the far right hand. She was just looking at the hind flipper and checking if everything looks normal and is nicely clean. That is a perfect how can I say, a show of trust from the animal side, because, you know, to let someone touch you, that is something, it takes a while until the animal allows you to do that. It's nothing compared to what you do at home with your pet. When you touch your dog or your cat, they are usually coming and looking for that interaction. Here for the animals, our sea otters are partially wild, and we want to keep that it's that way. So it's really a sign of trust toward the teacher when we can touch them, and that is mostly to see does everything feels normal, right, how does the fur feel, and kind of get the attention and concentration. Otters are very smart animals, so we always have to be on our tippy toes, create new enrichments for them. That's why you see the toy here next to me. That is something we call an enrichment that gives them something to think about and something challenging. You see one of the otters just had a green toy. That is something we offer on a daily basis, but we come with a variety of those enrichments because they get also bored very easily. So they are pretty smart animals, and you saw a behavior where she was asking the otter in the middle right now, turning around in the water. That is something you might see they can utilize in the wild as well, because when they're really alert, they will turn around and scan their surroundings. So I will join you in a moment out on the mezzanine so we can talk a little bit about otters. But if you want to see otters behind the aquarium in the wild, please join my co-workers on the wildlife viewing station. We just spotted whales a couple moments ago, but we also have sea otters living in the kelp. And ask for binoculars, we can point out the wild otters in the natural habitat house to you. So with that, thank you everyone for joining me. Have a great rest of the day at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh wow, they just dumped all the food on.
And they just look at the belly.